Hello, everybody. Hello, Caleb. Hello, Lucy. Hello, Conrad. I'm so glad y'all are here to continue with this great Fantastic Four adventure. We're getting close to the end. Just one more comic issue, which is two more Papa videos. And so we're going to be able to figure out the answer to the problem. Who's going to win? Will it be Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom? What's going to happen to Silver Surfer? And then what about those Inhumans who have finally broken free of the negative zone? There's just so much happening, and I'm eager to get into the story. So let's go. This issue is called The Peril and the Power. Of course, the power belongs to Doctor Doom, and he's put the entire world in peril, in danger. And you can see from this cover that he's up to his destructive ways, and Mr. Fantastic is saving Sue, and the Torch is coming to join the fight. But here are the Thing and Doctor Doom battling it out. All right, this is just the cover, though. Let's look inside. Now, here's an interesting tableau. We are actually watching a TV screen where Doctor Doom is flying around on his surfboard, and he's drying up the sea and making the rocks rise up and strand this ship in midair. So the editor says he's catching us up on the story. With the matchless cosmic power he has stolen from the Silver Surfer, the deadly Doctor Doom displays his utter contempt for mankind in a diabolical demonstration of fearsome feats, while Mr. and Mrs. Reed Richards, in company with a fighting mad Thing, grimly follow the arch-villain's progress via the FF's satellite TV. Sue says, "I can't bear to watch any longer, Reed. I feel so helpless. He can achieve any ghastly goal he desires. He's toying with that ocean liner like some superpowered madman," which is exactly who he is. He's superpowered, but he is mad. And the Thing is over here saying, "Hey, Stretcho, how's about some action?" But Reed cautions, "Not yet, Ben. We wouldn't stand a chance." "Nuts," answers the Thing. "What do you need, a blasted guarantee before y'all tackle a guy? If you're too chicken to fight a crumb like him, I ain't." "Well, do you think Mr. Fantastic is chicken?" No, he's wise, and he has a plan. But the Thing says, "I'm sick of watching on the sidelines. I say we go after him and clobber the creep." Of course, they've already tried, haven't they? And they've lost. But the battle is not over yet. "Look at that," the Thing points out. "They had to send for whirlybirds to get everyone off of the ship. Doom is having himself a blasted ball while we sit around waiting for something to happen." And Reed answers, "What would you suggest doing, Ben?" "I'd hop into one of your nutty jet racers and catch up to him. Then I'd take that tin suit of his apart, bolt by bolt, and wrap it around him like a rusty kimono." Reed calmly answers, "That's what you'd like to do, old friend, but with his cosmic power, he'd put you out of action before you could toss the first punch." "Yeah, says who?" "Says me," says Reed. "This is one fight that'll call for far more than brute strength." So the Thing storms off. "That sinks it, mister. If you can't be the hero, you don't want to play, huh? Well, Blue-Eyed Benjamin ain't hanging around any longer. I'm going after him myself, like now." "Ben, hold it, you hot-headed hoot owl? I said, hold it. And Mr. Fantastic reaches out his elastic arms to grab hold of his friend Ben, who says, you never had my vote to turn the FF into a chicken scratching sewing circle. No, Ben, says Sue, don't. Our only chance is to fight like a team. Tell it to Reed. He's bucking for the job of armchair general. That does it, Ben. I've put up with your temper tantrums long enough. You know I designed a weapon to defeat Doom. Army Ordnance is making a full-size model out of my miniature prototype right now. It'll be ready for us in a matter of hours, and you're not doing anything to upset the apple cart till then. Here? Big deal, says Ben. Suppose your goofy gizmo doesn't work. Then what? Zzz. Sue hears there's our alarm buzzer. Someone's at the door. And Reed says, you'd better start praying, big man. It's Wyatt. Where's Johnny, son? I couldn't stop him. He heard what Doom was up to on the radio. He flamed on and blazed after him by himself. He wouldn't even wait for me. Good for him, cheers the thing. At least the kids got some spunk. Sue says, my brother facing Dr. Doom alone. Oh no. Wyatt says he's probably reached Latveria by now. And even as Wyatt Wingfoot relays his startling news, we see Dr. Doom racing on his silver surfboard. He says, now that I've demonstrated my cosmic power throughout the world, it's time for me to reap the supreme reward. I'll fly to the capital of each helpless nation, one by one, seizing the reins of power, until at last all of Earth is at my feet. And then, suddenly, a blistering heat bolt blazes toward the flying figure as a challenging voice rings out. Okay, Doom, the party's over. Either toss in the towel or else. Doom turns and sees the torch. You young fool, my cosmic energy can absorb your useless flame as a sponge soaks up water. You're whistling in the dark, mister, says the torch, and we both know it. I don't know it. Who am I kidding, thinks the torch. He can absorb my flame. It didn't even jolt him. But he must have some weakness. I've got to rely on speed alone to give me the edge over him till I find it. And there goes Doom scooting off on his surfboard while the torch flies away, powered by his flame. Doom says, how considerate of you to save me the trouble of tracking you down before I destroy you. And the torch realizes he's causing the flame I hurled at him to vaporize. But I can't let up. I can't give him the initiative. I've got to keep attacking. Let's see how good his cosmic power is against a far greater concentration of flame. You're wasting your time, Doom, says the torch. There's no place you can fly where I can't reach you. And here are a couple of double-barreled sunblasts to show you what you're up against. Zasp. So 2 big bolts of sun-powered flame. Haven't you learned yet that I can alter the ultimate elements of my body, just as I now transform myself into a diamond-like crystalline substance capable of withstanding 1,000,000 degrees of heat? And so look, he's turned himself into a diamond figure. He's impervious to the torch's flame. He says, no sweat, rat. I'll just up the ante and hit you with 2,000,000 degrees. Not while I possess the bewitched board of the Silver Surfer. And so what will Doom do next? He's zooming off into the atmosphere. He says, I can outdistance you with the ease of a random thought. Dream on, bad man. shouts Torch. We'll see about that. But it looks to me like he's just zooming off into that big dark cloud. The Torch says, I can't let him escape. I've got to follow him into that black cloud, no matter what. But then, without any warning, it was a trap. He's turned the cloud into a deadly, whirling, solidified cyclone. If it hits me, I won't have a chance. Look at it whirl around. It's so dangerous. I've got to find some shelter in the forest below. And so the Torch dives into the trees. But the cyclone is following me as if it's alive. Whoom! I knew he had the surfer's power, but I never thought he could do this. There must be a cave somewhere, if I can just find it in time. And this cyclone is destroying the forest, tearing up the trees, and chasing after the Torch. But in the space of 1 microsecond, the Torch realizes, I'm too late. It caught me. What's going to happen as he's whirled into this cyclone? So much for the beaten human Torch, says Doom as he stands off to one side, observing the disaster he has wreaked. Before my wondrous whirlpool disappears, it shall have taken with it the very life of Johnny Storm. While in a heavily guarded castle atop the highest peak of Latveria, we find a castle turret and bars and the arm of Silver Surfer reaching out outside. He says, I can remain imprisoned no longer. I must have air, light, and above all else, I crave freedom, the freedom of the skies. The surfer is accustomed to zooming about freely among the stars, but here he is trapped within one tiny cell on Earth. He realizes it is useless. I am helplessly trapped, shorn of my power. And here comes a prison guard. He says, I warned you to stay away from that window. So you're the one who's supposed to be the superior of Earthmen, huh? Ha! Once Dr. Doom got a hold of you, he turned you into a cringing, crawling, whimpering nobody. Surfer says, you lie. Though bereft of my power, I do not crawl, I do not whimper, I still am the Silver Surfer. And look, this prison guard very cruelly tosses the Silver Surfer aside, strikes him a blow with his gun. Ha! A fat lot of good that does you, retorts the guard. Once the master has delivered his ultimatum to the outside world, he will return, and then the Silver Surfer will have breathed his last. Your master shall never prevail, answers the surfer. Though he possesses power absolute, it is power usurped. Somehow, as surely as the cosmos stands, it must destroy him. And so the Silver Surfer knows that Doom cannot conquer even with his stolen powers. A short time later, a faster than sound intercontinental cruiser rockets toward Latveria. Who's coming? I bet it's the Fantastic Three, all right? And Sue says, the Black Panther must be a mind reader, darling, sending you this ship when you need it the most. And Reed answers, it's faster by far than any of ours, Sue. So look at this golden space rocket, okay, that's designed by the Black Panther, who's a great scientist and inventor himself. And Thing says, it still ain't fast enough for me, Stretcho. Take your foot off of the brake, will ya? Thing wants to get with it. Thing says, I knew I could get you to shake a leg and get moving if I kicked up enough of a fuss. I figured, hey, what gives? This is supposed to be Latveria, ain't it? How come I don't see no sign of Doom? I know he's in the area, Ben, answers Reed. Our ionic triangulator checked out perfectly. Are you putting me on with that blasted double talk? Says the thing, and boy, it sounds like double talk to me too. I have no idea what Reed is talking about, but fortunately, Reed knows what he's talking about. Sue says, quiet, you two. The panther is trying to say something on the audio screen. Here's the panther. He says, use your optiscope, my friends. It can magnify a grain of sand upon a distant beach. And so, Reed is going to activate the optiscope. After tense, suspenseful seconds of long-distance scanning at optimum magnification levels, there he is on that mountain directly ahead. So he sees doom at a distance, but there's no chance for a surprise attack. He sees us. So Reed uses the OptiScanner, but Dr. Doom has powerful scanning eyes of his own. Johnny ain't there, realizes the thing. He must have done something to him. Get this crate moving, Richards. I'm done waiting. Just bring her in right over Doom. Do you hear me? I'm gonna demolish him. Faster, blast it, faster. But before another word can be uttered or another move can be made, Sue realizes we're out of control. The ship is spinning, breaking up. Thing says, is this another one of your creepy tricks to slow me down, mister? No, answers Reed, it isn't me. It's not the ship. Some outside force is at work. What outside force could it be? What is Doom up to this time? Look, it's a tree, a gigantic, fast-growing tree. It caught us. Only Doom could have done it. He accelerated the tree's growth rate, causing it to zoom into the air, entangling its limbs about us. Jump while you still can. And oh no, the Black Panther's beautiful gold rocket ship totally demolished. Grab the tree trunk, Ben. Use the strength of your fingers to hold on, then climb down fast. Sue, darling, don't be afraid. Give me your hand. I'll make a parachute of my body. That's it. Hold on. With luck, we'll reach the ground before Doom can attack with anything else. So look, Reed fashions his body quickly into a parachute. Sue grabs on. Nuts, says the thing. If this is the best Doom can do, he ain't got a chance. Sue realizes Ben is just trying to keep our courage up. But Reed, how can we fight the power of Doom? Trust me, honey, says Reed, we'll find a way. Wait, we can't land. Look, the ground below us. It's a seething torrent of flame. And that's not the torch. That's Dr. Doom's power. Doom did it, says Reed, but it won't help him. Not now. Susie, slap your force field around the two of you, hollers Ben. Hurry. No, I've a better way. Hang on, Sue, I'm releasing one hand. And he stretches out and grabs hold of a nearby tree. Within your force field, we'd be like sitting ducks for Doom. But this way, with luck, our speed will confuse him. Now brace yourself, darling. It's time to move. So he's stretched out his hand. He's going to grab hold of that tree trunk. And zoom! He's pulling both of them out of the flame and into safety. Says we did it. We bypassed the flame. But Reed, asks Sue, what about Johnny? What can have happened to him? Let's try not to think about that for now. We'll think about it later. And back at the behemoth tree, we find the thing. Well, Reed and Susie are okay, for a while anyway, so I'd better make like a blue-eyed Jack and the Beanstalk and get down off of this overgrown splinter. Y'all know the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. He went up, then he came down. Doom's probably got his eye on me right now, and I hope he's enjoying the sight, because when I get down, I'm going to wrap this hunk of termite food around him like a necktie. All right, Doom, I know you're here. You might as well get it over with now, because I ain't leaving till I flatten you. Indeed, you shall not leave, you grimy, grotesque abomination, answers Doom. You'll remain upon that very spot forever. And he, with his power, Doom casts two gigantic boulders, intending to crush Thing between their weight. And the editor says, this is the do-it-yourself department. We figure any true believer can write his own sound effect for what follows. Don't let us down here. And he's right. All right, kids, why don't y'all make up your own sound effect for bam, boom, crack, splat, whatever. Let me hear you holler. All right, these boulders crush each other, and let's see what's happened to the Thing. Well, he's down for the count. That was a real nice try, Doom. I'll give you A for effort. You got any other little parlor games you want to play before I plaster you all over the landscape? So, retorts Doom, the gargoyle still lives, and he's knocked down. He's on his back, but he's still around. He's still fighting. He says, yeah, I'm kind of like a blue-eyed bad penny. And now I got real friendly advice, chum. Don't start reading any continued stories if you can help it, because you're not going to have time to finish. We've had so many continued stories. I'm glad we've had time to keep reading. You unmitigated imbecile, it has worked out for the best after all. I shall crush you now in a far more satisfying manner. By willing my own strength to be greater than yours, I'll best you at your own game. Thing says, I was kind of hoping you'd say that. And so Doom sets aside the surfboard, and he is increasing his own formidable strength. And he's going to take on the Thing hand-to-hand combat. And there they go after it. So sock it to me, baby, says Thing. It's clobbering time. Doom answers, that will be the last arrogant war cry you ever utter, for you are about to pay in full for the injury you once inflicted upon my hand. Do you remember that? A long time ago. That was another great story when the Thing and all the Fantastic Four lost their powers and they had to fight Dr. Doom. And then Reed found a machine that brought back all their powers and turned Ben Grimm from his human form back to the Thing. And in his anger, the Thing crushed Dr. Doom's hands. Well, Dr. Doom remembers, and now he's going to bring that anger and fury into this fight, this hand-to-hand fight with the Thing. Who will win? What will happen next? Will Reed's invention get there in time to save the day? And what about the Inhumans? We haven't seen them in this part of the story, but we'll see them soon. And Johnny, and we'll come to the end of this story arc the next time that Papa comes to you with a video. All right? Can't wait. Love y'all. Bye-bye.